Alright, welcome to episode 2. I'm taking lead today. We're gonna make something really special, beef tofu.
I like tofu.
The ingredients you need is baking soda,
Soy sauce,
oyster sauce, a little bit of salt, garlic. You don't need ginger. My dad told me not to use ginger, but I'm gonna use ginger anyway. This is a potato starch, beef tenderloin, yokji tofu,
egg tofu in English.
Egg tofu. Oh, and oil. We need oil. So first thing we gotta do is prep this tofu. You actually cut right into container. They made this line here. That's where you're gonna cut. Cut this down. Oh shit! I'm missing some ingredients for this thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, eggs and flour.
Eggs and flour.
Yes. Now that you cut open the tofu, squeeze at the end lightly. It'll come right out. See that? It slips right out. Cut up the pieces that you want. Finger width. Slice. There's a lot of water in here. So I get one of these strainer. What I do is I like to just layer it on the strainer.
Is this an absolutely necessary step?
The reason I do this is because if it's too watery and you throw this in oil,
it's gonna explode.
Oh hell yeah, it's gonna explode. So I'm just gonna dash it with some salt all over. So the tofu is done.
Good, we can eat it?
Oh yeah, go for it.
All right.
Beef is pretty simple as well. You always need one of these prep dishes, common in every Asian home. If you don't have one, it's probably because you're not Asian. If you have one, it's
probably because you're Asian.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is slice on an angle to get like long, thin slices. So here we go. Once again, you see I'm going to angle downwards here. Beef preparation is done. We got yeet this. You know what yeet means?
Marinade.
Marinade. In Chinese, we call it yeet.
Is this like a Chinese lesson kind of show as well, man?
By the end of like episode 10, you should be fluent in Chinese. Use a bit of baking soda.
What does the baking soda do?
It loosens up the beef.
I think baking soda is a bait. The alkalinity probably serves to loosen up the meat a bit. So
by episode 10, you'll be fluent in Chinese and science, I guess. I'll throw a little bit of soy sauce in there. So that's about a splash or two.
Or yatti.
Yatti, that is not proper Chinese. That's it, I think. That's it for the beef. We're gonna let this sit. Now we're gonna prepare the tofu for pan frying. Bread the tofu a bit before frying. Get an egg, flour into 2 bowls.
Oh, look at how bright and orange that yolk is.
Because I cracked it on the table.
Or because I got some nice eggs.
Whip up the egg. Hit it with some salt in there to add some flavor while you bread it. Here's our wok. What we want to do is we want to fill out the base with oil.
How much?
Enough. Because I'm gonna pan fry this, I'm gonna do half of the tofu at a time. I want this to fill up to half the level of a tofu. You can't just throw a tofu in there right now, the oil's not hot enough. If you put the chopstick in there, you'll see the bubbles on the oil around the chopstick boiling. You know it's ready to fry some tofu.
What's going on there is that there's some moisture in the chopstick.
You should probably just go teach science. Just dip a tofu in the egg. And what you wanna do is bread both sides, but then roll around the side because it's a cylinder, right? Put it around the side. Just keep adding in more tofu until your wok is filled. So the bottom side's gonna get nice and crispy and brown. Now you don't want these tofu to be touching.
No touching tofu.
Maybe we'll do those 5 first. Let them cook before adding more.
How do you know when to flip them over, Jerry?
You just know. So the best way to tell when it's actually ready is just by looking at the side. Yeah, you can see it's kind of browning up right now. 2 more seconds.
It's on these newer ones.
So just let it go for a bit. While that happens, grab a beer. Oh, cheers. Watch me flip this tofu now. This is the boring part of frying. You just wait. Now that we're back,
those fried up pretty nicely, Jerry.
Those fried up beautifully. So what you see here is I put a paper towel below on the plate. Soak up
oil
the oil
absorption technique. Yeah.
That's it for a tofu. Let's get prepared to make the beef and the sauce. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cook the beef first and then make the sauce. What we're gonna do is take a bit of the oil from previously fried stuff. Spread the oil around the
Whoa! That was dangerous.
I'm gonna throw in the beef while the oil's hot. Oh, you hear that sizzling sound? Moving it around, cooking it evenly. Let's go stir frying.
You're stirring it.
My mouth is watering.
I'm getting sweaty actually.
I'm gonna hit it with some salt right now.
Boom.
Just a dash. It's nicely cooked. If I'm gonna let this sit on the dish, it's gonna continue cooking on the inside from the oil to the beef. So I'm just gonna throw this on a dish right here. Okay, the wok doesn't need cleaning. This is where we make the sauce. To make the sauce, very simple. We need ginger, garlic, potato starch, oyster sauce, soy sauce, and oil. So I don't need that much, so I'm just gonna cut out a thin slice. You wanna chop it as fine as possible. I want a little bit finer than this. Once again, you don't really want to have a mouthful of ginger when you're eating this. Same thing with the garlic. We're gonna mince this thing up. We're ready to make that sauce. Not too much oil for the sauce. We'll hit it with the garlic. We're gonna bao hung佢, exploding perfume.
He's sweating out the garlic.
You don't want to burn these. You just want to open up the flavor. Throw in the ginger. Throw it in. Oh, it's also baoing hung. You know, baoing hung. That's like a verb now.
Also bao set.
What's that, Alfred?
Exploding stones.
Now that the flavor's opened up here, we're gonna add some water in here. The water, what we're doing with water is we're trying to add liquid to make the sauce. What we're gonna do is just add a bit of water away from the heat. It's gonna boil up. See, it's not too crazy though. We're waiting for the water to boil, which is only gonna take a second. A dash of soy sauce. And then this sauce is all in the oyster sauce. Oyster sauce is a little bit sweety.
Sweetie?
Yeah, it's a sweet.
It's a sweetie sauce?
Yeah.
Wow, is that what you call your wife? Sweetie
yeah,
sauce?
sweetie.
Oh,
She's
okay.
a sweetie sauce. What we want to do is thicken the sauce now. And you want to make the cold water with potato starch in a bowl. And then you just blend it in first. You want to use cold water because you don't want it clumping up. As you pour it in, just mix it as you go in. You can see it slowly thickening up. Add the thickening potato starch water mix slowly as you see the viscosity of your sauce. This is perfect sauce level. At this point, I want to taste the sauce. Oh, this is delicious. Oh, Alfred, the sauce is good. Throw in the beef. So just blend in the beef into the sauce here. Turn off the heat. This is done. You want to layer the tofu in the bottom. So these tofu are still warm. You just want to pour the beef on top with the sauce, kind of just coating all the tofu. Layer it on top here. Oh yeah. That's beef tofu.
It's got a little beef.
Throw it on at the same time.
So use a fork.
Good job. All right. Yeah.
Thanks for watching. I'm glad that you made it to the end. Hope you learned something or you thought we were funny. Subscribe in the link below because we'll have more episodes coming up.
Leave a comment if you want to see us cook a specific type of dish, and we'll try to make it if we know what that is.
Or if you want to tell us who's better looking.
I would take all the comments for that too.
Me too.
That's it.
Great.